Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure you mash that thumbs up button. Also, everyone throw a 1 in the chat if it's streaming properly. Let me know there's no lagging or anything like that. I see people rolling in. I know the last few days I haven't been as consistent with material. I've recently had an abrupt change in my schedule, so I'm adapting. Circadian rhythm off and everything, just trying to adapt to my new schedule. What's good with y'all? Y'all make sure y'all mash that thumbs up, because this video is imperative right here, straight up. And it's gonna have layers to this, what I'm about to talk about. The dangers about being around narcs. The dangers of being around narcs. Or narcissists. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Narcissists and narcs is one of the same. All right? I find this particular video necessary. I once shared my sentiments on this topic once before. I decided to revisit because I got a lot more life experiences under my belt. I learned a lot more, you know, especially dealing with people. I have officially became an introverted extrovert, you know. By nature, I'm introverted. Stay to myself, mind my business. But, you know, I'm forced to deal with people. And a lot of y'all in the same situation. You're forced to deal with people. You got to deal with work, business, family, etc. So it will behoove all of us to understand people. Lately, I've been doing my research and I've been studying human behavior, y'all. Like really studying human behavior. Because we're living in some dangerous times. We really are. You living in a day and age where if you got flu-like symptoms, somebody can alert law enforcement. Like they can literally alert authorities on you if you have flu-like symptoms. That's some dangerous times to be living in. So you got to analyze who's around you. You got to know who's in your inner circle. You got to evaluate everybody's mentality around you, because scared people are flight risk. Think about that. The media has literally conditioned people to become narcissists. There's no doubt about that. People will turn you in to law enforcement because you have flu-like symptoms. They're not worried about you. They're only concerned about their own welfare. The regards for human life are pretty much dwindled to little to nothing. So you living in a time where there's narcs everywhere. Literally, there's narcs everywhere, y'all. Everywhere you turn, there's people watching. On top of that, you got to deal with those in your media circle. That's the only thing that you can really control, right? Only thing that you can really control is those people close to you. And we got to talk about this. And we about to go in. As you coming into the stream, make sure y'all mash the thumbs up button. We want to allow people to get the notifications because we're going to drop some pertinent information regarding these narcissists. Because, you know, we got to really speak about identifying the narcissist. Because how you going to make sure you don't have these type of people in your circle if you don't know how to identify them? So you got to know how dangerous it is to be around narcs. But you got to be able to identify them first and foremost. It's very dangerous to have people around you that you don't know what their motives are. You need to know that anyone in your circle has your best interests at heart. Anyone in your circle. All right? You have to know this without a shadow of a doubt. And you got to be able to check the telltale signs. Now, this is for all you introverts out there. All you introverted people. Let me explain this to you. People are always going to offend you one way or another. That's human nature. It's going to happen. People are not going to walk on eggshells for you. People are going to offend you. There's going to be issues. There are going to be offenses. When you're dealing with people in general, there are always going to be problems. All right? But here's the telltale sign to know if you're dealing with a narcissist or you dealing with a quote-unquote regular person. Now, a regular person, right? A normal person. If they offend you, if they do something wrong to you, and you say, hey, this was wrong. I am offended by this. They're going to apologize. I mean, most people are going to apologize, correct? They're going to say, my bad, I was wrong. The narcissist cannot do that, ladies and gentlemen. The narcissist cannot do that. The narcissist will actually project against you. The narcissist will actually blame you for what they did to you. The narcissist can't stand when you point out wrong. They can't stand when you pointed out something that they did that was just incorrect. Because listen, the narcissists lack self-evaluation. They lack it. There's no self-evaluation whatsoever when it comes to these narcs. And that's a flight risk. That's a danger, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that you got to beware of, because a person who can't look at themselves and see when they're wrong, that person will go to great lengths to self-destruct, all right? Because that's ultimately what they're doing, all right? They don't have no recall, all right? They're going to do whatever, however, whenever, because they cannot self-evaluate. Now, these are the type of people you got to be careful around, because these type of people, they see the light in you. And you got to understand that when the Bible talks about covetousness, being covetous, that goes hand in hand with narcissism. It goes hand in hand with being a narcissist. Because if a person looks at you and they see the light that's in you, opposed to them focusing on their own light, and they want the light that you got, then that person shares narcissistic traits and covetous traits. And that's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Because that person, instead of looking at you and say, hey, let me hone in and focus in on what my talents and what my gifts are, they're going to say, I want that. But see, it's an impossibility for them to have that. So they're going to feel like if you're out of the picture, they can have what you have. That's how they literally feel like that. And these people are dangerous. These people will kill you. These people want you dead. They want you out of there. This is how people like Nipsey Hussle got gunned down in his own store, in his community, doing things for the community. This is how a lot of brothers and sisters have been murdered over the years, because they got into a position where they were doing something righteous. They found their own lane. The narcs cannot find their own lane. They're trying to force something that you have, and it makes them hate you for it. It makes them hate you for it. And I'm gonna tell you this too. There's a lot of children that was raised in homes, right? There was a lot of children born, right, to families where the mother or father may be narcissistic, because they see that same light in that child from the day they born, y'all. From the day that they born. From the time that child comes out of the womb, it's something in that child that it was a generational curse that has been broken. The Most High be breaking generational curses off of these children nowadays. And the parents will see it, and instead of nurturing their gifts, nurturing the light, growing that child up and building that child up, The demons that's operating in those parents will then in terms be used against the child. See, Satan is going to use whoever he's going to use. He's going to use whoever he's going to use, y'all. And you know how we do on this channel. We want brothers and sisters to reach their fullest potential spiritually. That's what it's all about. Even if my videos are your initial step to reaching truth, to reaching knowledge, to reaching the scriptures, you know, so be it. But you can't get anywhere if you got people in your circle who won't allow you to grow, who won't allow you to fluctuate among society the way you need to, the way you need to grow, the way you need to build. If you got people who are holding you back and holding you to those standards, you're not going to be able to unplug. That narcissist doesn't want you to survive what you've been through. That narcissist wants to keep you in the past. They will not let you grow. And I'm going to say this. Even if a narcissist does something to you wrong and they apologize, right? This narc apologizes. If they don't know why they apologized, if they can't give you the reason they apologize, then don't accept it, because some of these narcs just want to get close to you. They have to feed off of you. They need to be in your circumference. They need to be in close proximity to you. And it's a reason for this. They want to make sure that they're there to slam the gavel down when they feel like it's a time to judge. They want to be there in your time of weakness. If you gain an edification from this stream, y'all make sure y'all mash the thumbs up. We got 357 in here, and we got like 133 likes. Mash the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. If you getting understanding, if you support this work. But man, I'm telling you, these narcs are out here, man. If a narc apologizes to you and they don't tell you why, get away from them. Get far away from them. So, Derek Jackson said narcs are out here lurking. That's a fact. That's a fact, y'all. Especially in this day and age. Y'all got to understand. They want to weaponize people right now. We are in the age of the agents. They want people to be weaponized at this moment. And see, they hate you for Christ's name's sake. That's what you got to know. They hate you for Christ's name's sake. They hate you because you have some form of peace that they can't quite grasp, especially in this day and age. They can't grasp that. They can't grasp the light that you have. And I'm going to tell you this. When the devil show you their horns, believe it. When the devil show you exactly who they are, you need to believe it. All right? You need to stand far away from them. Stay far away from them. No going back and forth with people. Once they show you, it is what it is. Once they show you, stay away from them. And I know somebody needs to hear that. Somebody watching this chat needs to hear that. Yes, Bluegrass says, walk away completely from all narcs. They are poison. It says they are poison, even in small doses. Absolutely. You got to understand, if you're spending your time, your effort, your energy, your company, and your very essence around a narcissist, you will never reach your full potential in life. You will never live out your true purpose in life. And see, that's something that a lot of people leave out. We got to first deal with the people. We got to deal with the people in our lives before we start ascension. Because right now, the Most High has been putting it on my spirit that we are on ascension stage. We're on ascension stage. So, the first and foremost, everyone who's around you who can be a hindrance to that, it's important for us to get away from them quickly. time is drawing near where all of those people who are wrong for you, you got to get away from them. You got to veer away. You got to begin to find out your true purpose. If every time you're planning something, every time you want to do something great with your life, you want to make it to the next level, and you hear that person telling you, you can't do that because of this. Well, what about that? That's not a good idea. Nah, I don't think that's gonna be possible. If there's always a negative comment in regards to something you're trying to do, that person is trying to psychologically control you. They're trying to control you. Man, do you know how many people, men and women, grown men and women that I've seen who were victims of narcissist abuse, who have not reached their potential, even though they're successful in life? I'm talking about people who have financial stability, people who may seem to be successful, have still not reached their full potential because of the damage of a family member, a parent, mother, or father. A mother or father that has systematically brainwashed their child through narcissism. A mother or father who have psychologically held their child down. Like, I'm talking about the damage that's been done. And I can see it clear as day, grown men who still still rely on their mama for everything. And what I mean by that is, there has to come a time where you cannot put your mother as God, the Most High God. You understand what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? Because in our community, speaking of the urban community in particular, right? Every time a ball player slam a touchdown and get slam a basketball or get a touchdown, right? Win a Super Bowl, win a prize. It's always mommy, 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 right? Because this system you live in is about feminism. So it's literally making men bow before the mother goddess. It's a form of worship. And it put, a lot of the times, a lot of men, grown men, put their own mama over God, over the Most High. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these mothers be narcissists. A lot of these fathers be narcissists. A lot of the times it starts in the household. That's a curse that got to be broken. And I'm speaking directly to mothers out there. If you're a single mother, right? You raising a young boy. You raising a young girl. You got to allow them to have their own thoughts. See, it's narcissistic not to allow someone to have their own thoughts. They'll never develop and never grow if you make them think the same way you think. You're supposed to want them to be better than you. Unfortunately, you don't see that nowadays. You should want them to be better than you. Absolutely. Yak Park says put God first. Absolutely. In anything you do. And I'm going to tell you, that'll stop that spirit of narcissism. If you are truly putting the Most High first, it will stop that spirit of narcissism because you got somebody to answer to. Because you have somebody to answer to. Because even if you want to do something that's selfish, you know that you got the Almighty God to answer to. You can't just do wickedness. When you open your eyes and the veil is lifted and you become, I would say, on the righteous path, you can't just do whatever you want because you know there's a higher power watching you. So that'll stop you from doing selfish acts. There's people walking around right now who have just become selfish energies. Their whole aura is about self-preservation. Their whole aura is a selfish energy. And I'm going to tell you, and this is one of the reasons why I don't deal with the group or the hive mentality. I don't deal with rolling in packs. I don't deal with being grouped up and bunched in and lumped in with other people. I just can't do it. It's an impossibility for someone in my walk. I can't deal with organized religion. I can't do it. I don't see the progressive revelation involved. A lot of the times, these deacons, these pastors, these preachers, they have a lot of narcissistic traits that I see. They have a whole lot of narcissistic traits. Let me put this out there. Our goal as brothers and sisters who know the truth is to get others to wake up and not need us. Let me repeat that. Our goal as brothers and sisters in the truth is to get people to wake up and not need us. They shouldn't need you. It should be they learn from you, and everything they learn, they should be able to stand their own. And see, that's why a lot of these churches be losing a lot of support. You know, a lot of these churches, they be losing a lot of help. Now, unless that church is making provisions for their members. Let me be specific. Unless that church or organization is doing community living or making provisions and doing things like that for their members, that's cool. But some of these brothers in these churches and these congregations and leaders, they become hoarders of men. Hoarders of men. Not allowing the truth to fluctuate. Not give them they're suppressing the truth knowingly and unknowingly, not allowing brothers and sisters to stand their own because they feel like, listen, I'll lose that support. I'll lose those tithes. I'll lose that offering. That's narcissism. Self-centeredness, self-preservation. But I'm going to tell you, it's narcs everywhere. Narcs everywhere. In families, there's narcs dealing with people, friends, your immediate circle. And I'm going to say this too. There are agents and narcs walking around among us. I actually attempted to do a video on this, and I've seen a lot of narcs out yesterday. I mean, I'm talking about those awkward guys that walk around, you know, looking strange, looking like they're spying. I'm seeing those in the public a lot more right now. And I understand that they see us, but we see them as well. What I want to say about that, because I see people talking about the narcs that's watching on the streets actually conducting street theater when it comes to gang stalking or targeted individuals. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm speaking of neighborhood mobbing, harassment. I'm talking about various agencies being used to watch certain individuals here in this earth based on religious or political differences. A lot of the times that's what it's about. It's about religious and political differences that people may have that the mass majority of people don't have. All right? A lot of the times they actually set up agents. I've been seeing this a lot lately when I'm out and about making moves. And you know what I can say about that? They are terrified. I mean, they're more scared of us than we should be of them. Like, the panic that I be seeing a lot of brothers have when they see a narc, you know, I just don't have that. You know, it's like I see terrified little demons. That's all I see. I see people working for some type of incentive. I see somebody who has to report every evening to the Masonic Lounge. I see people who are terrified, scared. That's what I see. People who are doing things for a Walmart gift card. People who are watching people because they think that person is a threat to them. They think that our existence is a threat to them. They think the righteous is a threat to them. Guess what? We are a threat to you. Not a physical threat. Not a physical threat. We are definitely a spiritual threat to all narcissists and narcs. Definitely. We're in a time where prayer is important, ladies and gentlemen. Our prayers are being answered. The powers that be, so-called powers that be, they're absolutely terrified. Only thing we got to do is pray to our God to destroy these narcs. Send them to hell where they belong. Send them exactly where they belong. And that's what's going to happen. Our prayers are what's going to change the situations that we have going on in our lives. Our prayers is what's going to change the world as we know it. When God's people pray to him and say, listen, we're waking up. Now it's time to judge our enemies. "10G Most High says, long as you conduct and behavior is consistent with God, you are covered by God." Absolutely. Absolutely. And y'all got to understand how spiritual this is. The narcissist does not have control over themselves. They don't have control over themselves, ladies and gentlemen. They're being inhabited by spirits. They cannot control their behaviors. The goal is to make you lose control of your behavior. That's the goal. The spirit that's in them has to make you react. If you don't react, they have no entry point. All right? If you stay on an even kill, they have no way of harming you. There are spiritual laws that's put in place. Listen, if the satanic elite wanted to kill us all, they would have done it by now. It would be over for us. The Bible says the Most High God controls the light and the dark. He's created everything, the full spectrum, the whole world. The Most High created. We got 600 people in here, 279 likes. Y'all get them thumbs up. These are the type of videos we want to spread. These are the type of videos we want to spread because we just scratching the surface right now. Because right now in this live stream, I'm hoping people get healed and escape the narcissistic abuse. I don't care if it's in a marriage. I don't care if it's a family member. I want you to be able to, without a shout of a doubt, identify the people in your life who are not allowing you to reach your full potential. Because after this live stream, you need to have a choice. I want you to be able to have a choice to make in life. I want you to be like, you know what? Am I going to take this opportunity to reach my goals and my potential just to be in one moment of discomfort? Just to be in one moment of discomfort, get my emotions under control, and get away from people I know damn well don't have my best interests at heart. People I know damn well deep within my soul, I know that this person is not for me. Yeah, you may go through some pain for a while. You may go through some discomfort. But all in all, the Most High is not going to be able to use you if you're sharing company with people who are of darkness. Evil communications corrupt good manners. If you're dealing with people who are not reaching their full potential, I'm going to tell you, everybody I'm surrounded with, my team, right? Let me just use my brothers as an example. Brother Abaya Adonai from Inside the Nation Radio. Brother who's doing something for the kingdom. The brother is doing wonderful things for the kingdom. The brother is doing engineering work. I mean, when I mean engineering, he's tech savvy, very tech savvy. He has skills, right? Who else? I got my brother Woody, former member of Drew Hill. Understand, talented brother, very knowledgeable brother. You know, these the type of people, and I'm using this as an example, is because these the type of people that I surround myself with, because these the type of people who are going to help me to grow. This is what you need to understand. 80% of the people walking on this earth are narcissists. Let me repeat that. 80%. We can even go as far as to say 90%. Let's say 10% of the righteous is going to be saved. We're talking about there's not a lot of people who's walking this narrow path. 90% of the people walking this earth only give a damn about themselves. You got to understand that. When things hit the fan, when drama comes, they are going to look out for them. They're not going to look out for you. They're going to look out for themselves. Brotherly love is gone. The love of many have waxed cold. My goal is to protect you from those who can cause you harm. The love of many has truly waxed cold. People don't give a damn. It's all about their own personal life. And I've learned that. I have. You living in a day and age where 70% of marriages are ending in divorces. You living in a day and age where a person really doesn't care about your welfare, your well-being. If you're sickly, matter of fact, if you're sickly, they're gonna turn you in. So you got to be careful of those type of narcs too. People who running around grocery stores telling, cause you ain't wearing no mask. Rima Word Clothing. Also, my other brother, my other Ock. I ain't even mean to leave my brother out. I see you in here. Another Ock, own clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Brother Abayah, Brother Woody, Brother Yuckanon, the Hebrew plug, bringing all the brothers and sisters together. These the type of brothers, these the type of people you want to be around. Because essentially, that's what these videos are about. I spoke about the loneliness and isolation agenda before COVID-19 was even a thing. Because there is an agenda to divide and conquer us. It always has been an agenda to divide and conquer. That's how they operate. But you got to know, in order to get around the people that you're supposed to get around, you're going to have to walk a lonely road. You're going to have to walk a lonely road. You're going to have to. Some of y'all who may see this video on playback, some of y'all who may be watching, you're going to hear the words that I'm saying, and you're going to say, true, true. That makes a lot of sense. And a lot of y'all going to go right back to somebody who was holding you down. You're going to go right back to somebody who is a narcissist, who've already showed you sign after sign, time after time, that they don't have your best interests at heart. The wheat and the tare must be divided. Must be divided. They say that you only live once, YOLO. It's very true. You only got one time to get this right. Forget all the esoteric beliefs. You live one life to get it right. Now listen, why waste your whole damn life around people who won't let you live? Why waste your whole life around people who will not let you live? Think about that. Neil Powell says, unless you're forced to be in a certain situation. Absolutely. Sometimes you're forced to be in certain situations. I do understand that. As you're watching this video, use wisdom to what I'm speaking of here. I'm talking about you brothers and sisters who know that if you don't branch off from certain people, that might cost you your life. It may cost you your life. Some of you brothers, you hanging around other brothers, you know damn well they only around to bring you negativity. They only around to offer you something that's wicked. You go into their house, right? You go hang out with your homeboy. He'll offer you some liquor before he offer you some water. It's hot as hell outside. As soon as you get in the house, hey man, you want some liquor? Nah, I want some water, man. It's hot out there. Same brother, you just got out of a divorce, right? You just got out of a divorce. You need some spiritual clarity. You need some time to yourself to grow before you out there in the world. That's the same dude that got a line of strippers coming through. He got a line of strippers coming through the crib. So you can get connected with that succubus spirit. So you can catch you some sexually transmitted demons, right? While you in a vulnerable state. Same brother, right? You messed up financially. That's the same brother telling you, look, it's time to gamble, bro. That's the same type of brother want to get you that loud pack and tell you to go ahead and go out there with it. Never around when you need something positive. Anytime it's any type of conflict, their resolution is something negative. I'm telling you, if you keep allowing people to control the narrative of your life in that way, you're not going to make it. Not in this day and age. You won't last long. You will not last long. I'm telling you now. Let's see, we got 689 in here. 382 likes. Y'all hit that thumbs up, y'all. Let's get this video popping, man. The masses need to know this information. Slim says, imagine a community of people that think like New Breed. Hey, it'll be a lot of people minding their business, bro. There'll be a lot of people minding their business and just handling their business. Says we don't need no more Lil Waynes. Yeah, the system is programmed by these brothers, man, that don't have their best interests at heart. They narcissists themselves. Anybody in Hollywood, anybody in the music industry are narcissists. That should go without saying. And I say that because the satanic elite need people who can sleep at night easily while misleading and sending their people to destruction at the same damn time. That's what the powers that be need. Absolutely, a cult. It's occultism being conducted there. Absolutely, they have destructive energy. Let's see. Era says, what if narcs are in your home and you can't get away? Well, it depends, pardon me, on the situation. We were just speaking about brothers and sisters being raised in narcissistic households, literally by narcissistic parents, and how that affects them. If you're a child, then you have no choice. Only thing you could do is be healed from that. And that's why I'm making this video, because there's so many people who's been through this. Now, if you're an adult, this word is going to heal you as well in regards to being raised by those particular people. Now, if you're in the house with them and that's a situation you can't change at the moment, stay prayed up, try to keep your distance. Understand that person has a spirit in them. And when you're dealing with that person, you're not dealing with a person. You're dealing with the spirit that's in them. You're dealing with a demon a lot of the times when it comes to narcissism. But if you're an adult and you were raised by someone who has always had some type of psychological bind over you, because this is the era of breaking that. I know so many young ladies in particular who their mothers have controlled the narrative of their lives. Their mothers have kind of gave them their own doctrine, so to speak. There's a lot of mothers who have shamed their daughters. There's a lot of mothers who have had envy and jealousy for their own mothers, particularly in my community. And this is why I'm speaking on this, because it's something that I'm seeing. And I'm seeing this, and it needs to be healed. It's a situation that's going on where a lot of people are not being able to take that leap of faith and make it to the next level far as reaching the Most High God, because they have someone holding them down. They have someone who has a psychological bind on them, or they have dealt with someone that has some type of soul tie that is not allowing them to grow, develop, and find truth. So what I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, listen. You know deep down inside that you're going to have to cut ties with certain people. The Holy Bible says, he who loves mother or father, brother or sister, son or daughter, more than me, is not worthy of me. All right? And that's speaking of Christ. If you love anybody more than you love Christ or the Most High, then I'm telling you now, you're not going to be able to make it. You're never going to reach where you're supposed to reach in life. And that's what we want to see. We want to see people break these generational curses. But you got to be able to identify them. You got to be able to identify these narcs. A lot of the times, let's get a walk in, y'all. A lot of the times, y'all see the water? I'm here in nature. Any background music, I do not own the rights to the music. It's just background. Y'all see the water? You got to be able to identify these narcs, y'all. You got to be able to tell what you're dealing with. Let me say this. Anybody, and this goes for those individuals who got friends out there, or people that they deem as friends, right? People who you consider to be friends, associates. You need to look out for anybody who is constantly comparing themselves to you. Anybody who is constantly comparing themselves to you, you need to look out for those people. That person has a covetous spirit. That person has not found their own lane. They haven't found out who they were and who they are. And that can be dangerous, because we're talking about the dangers of being around these narcs, right? It's very dangerous. When a person wants what you got, it could be very dangerous. When a person wants to be you and embody you, it could be very dangerous. Because again, they feel like if you're out of the picture, then they can take your place. And some of these people go through great desperate measures. Sometimes these are the people that always got to be around you. There's another telltale sign. Listen, we're all adults here, right? Grown men and grown women, right? We all have things to do in our lives. We're all constantly active. We're constantly building. We're constantly growing. We're trying to become better. We got work, we got family, we got business, we got everything, right? Going for ourselves. We got to handle situations. You're not going to always want to be around people. A friend, a true friend, should understand that you have a life, you got things to do, and they got things to do. Listen carefully. When a person doesn't value your time like they value their own, you need to watch out for that. You need to watch out for that. Because listen, if those people don't value what you got going on in life, there's a problem. Those people who are looking at you sideways because you don't call them every damn day, because you're not always on their line, and they looking at you sideways and they start talking crazy. They start slandering you. Why? Because they feel like something's wrong. Oh, we about to get into something, y'all. We about to tap into something here. Those people who get very insecure because you're not calling them. You gotta watch out for them damn people. I'm telling you right now. You gotta watch out for them. They got a behavioral fault. I'm telling you. Here it is, you living your life, you doing what you gotta do, and they expect you to be on their line all the time, all day, every day. Come on now. That's a self-centered ass person right there. That's something I can't stand right there. That's a narcissist. I'm telling you right now, that's a narc. No doubt about that. And then the minute you start veering off, just doing your thing, those be the same ones with your name in their mouth. Or they be all in the streets with your name. I'm telling you, that's how it be. They be talking to everybody about you. And then when they get around you, what they do? They put up that act. They put up that front. Oh, how you been? Oh, I ain't seen you in a while. Straight actor, straight narcissist, straight fake, straight phony. Listen, I don't know how to be fake, man. I don't know how to be fake. A lot of you are TIs, brothers and sisters who are real people who go through real things. You just don't know how to be fake. You know, it's like, listen, I just can't be around people that I feel ain't for me. I just can't be, I don't even want to be around them. All that talking about, keep your enemies close, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, hell no. I want my enemies so far away from me, I can't even see them. Keep them away from me, all the way away. I never understood that saying. I don't want nobody around me who ain't for me. That's the attitude that you gotta have. That's the attitude you gotta have. Like a lot of these church folks, right? All they do is smile in each other's face. All they do is talk about the Lord, right? And all they do is backbite, gossip, hate each other, hate on each other. It's crazy. Let's see. Brat's doll says, my cousin always telling me what I need to do. She be making me question her. And you know, let me put it out here. If somebody's giving you good advice, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? What are they telling you? Hey, how you doing? It depends on what they telling you, you know what I'm saying? But once people are speaking negative, every time you trying to accomplish your goals, then that's an issue. Yeah, and it does. It be your own people. It definitely be your own people. It's always those close to you. When we talk about narcs, man, 9 times out of 10, the narcissist is those right beside you, man. Be the one right beside you. Somebody said temporary people in your life can't give permanent advice. Facts. I like that. That's a fact. Yep, Omarion Slaughter said it's always the people in your immediate circle. That's a fact. Let me see. That's a good question. Newbury, how do you keep the narcs out of your energy and stop the psychic attacks of the mental space? That is absolutely a great question. Because you know what? We just talked about physical narcs. We talked about people who may be in your immediate circle. And we talked about gang stalking and narcs who are in the communities, who are literally working for organizations. And those are just scared little minions of Satan. We don't worry about those. But we did not speak about spiritual narcs, because there's spiritual narcissists out there too. Listen, there's some things that you got to do as people. Number one, you got to have a strong foundation when it comes to biblical truth. When it comes to biblical truth, you got to have a strong foundation, because then no wool could be pulled over your eyes. Anytime somebody's doing a psychic attack, spiritual attack, using witchcraft or sorcery, there always has to be an entry point. But if you got a strong belief system, and you know the Bible, and you know that it's only one God, one truth, and one light, and you're not practicing nothing outside of that, and everything that you live by, your code of conduct and your rules, is measured through the scriptures, then they cannot penetrate you. That's why the scriptures talk about the armor of the Lord. When the Bible talk about the armor of the Lord, it's not just talking about a physical armor. It's talking about a spiritual armor. Absolutely. No doubt about that. We almost got 800 and let's see, we almost got 800 in the building, and we got 500 likes. Come on, y'all. This the channel right here that you want. This material, you want it to spread. All I ask for is y'all support. If you getting edification, mash the thumbs up on it. Thank y'all. Somebody says meditating a good thing. I heard bad stuff about it. The Bible tells us to meditate on the word day and night. To meditate on the word day and night. Meaning you meditate on the scriptures. You meditate on what the Most High's words are. Now, those other forms of meditation that you seeing with the yoga and the Buddha and lighting candles and all of these things, a lot of the times that can open up your spirit for demonic possession, portals, because they're actually serving different gods when they're doing yoga, when they're meditating. They're channeling different spirits outside the Most High. So meditate on God's words. Now you just closing your eyes somewhere, gaining some peace, getting some peace of mind, relaxing, that's cool. But when you start lighting candles and channeling spirits and meditating to certain deities, just know what you're doing, because you're going to open Pandora's box. And y'all got to understand, the narcissist is a leech. The narcissist is a leech. The narcissist has to live off your energy. If you don't give them your energy, they die off. They're literally human leeches. Parasites. Energy vampires. It's exactly what they are. Absolutely. All they want to do is take. Psalms 91, keep you safe, the secret place. You know, we hide under the protection of the Most High, man. That's what we do in our walk. Those people in your life that you know damn well they're in secret competition with you, get the hell away from them. Those people in your life who don't have no respect for your time, get the hell away from them. A person should understand that you're busy, and you should understand that they're busy. Everybody deserves their time. Everybody. That's how a lot of relationships be going sideways as well. A lot of relationships be going left field because people don't know how to give each other time. Give each other space. You know what I'm saying? It's always got to be that one person who's just trying to control somebody. Like, you can't control no damn body. You can't control a damn person, man. You can't control somebody, man. You're going to drive yourself crazy trying. And you're going to have those, you're going to begin to develop narcissistic traits trying to control somebody. Now, it's a difference between a husband properly leading and directing a wife than trying to control her. Stop trying to control her, bro. If she for you, she for you. If she not, she not. I like to simplify for all you brothers out there. I like to make it real simple for you. If she for you, she gonna put in the work to be there with you. All right? If she not, she not. It is what it is. Yeah, somebody say, New Breed, keep up the great work on Patreon. Absolutely. You're gonna be getting some new material on Patreon this weekend. Like I said earlier on this live stream, for those who are just joining, my material haven't been as frequent this week because I'm actually adapting to a new schedule. I've had an abrupt change in my schedule and I'm just adapting to it. But there is new material coming on Patreon this weekend. Also, I'm preparing to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to Tulsa tomorrow. I'm actually going to visit Black Wall Street. And I'm gonna be doing some blogging down there. So on the plane ride up there, I'm gonna be doing some blogging. When I get there, I'm gonna be doing some blogging. And I'm gonna have some blog type videos because I really wanted to talk about Black Wall Street, black business, and black dollars. So throughout this week coming up, you're gonna see a lot of material regarding that. Right? Yes, Marion Slot. I'm going to Oklahoma tomorrow. I'm flying out early tomorrow morning. Absolutely. Trust and believe. I'll do some live streams, and also once I get settled, I'll go ahead and put together some work for Patreon for y'all. If you don't follow me on Patreon, y'all missing some great material. I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box once this video ends. Y'all need to go check out Patreon. I'm telling you right now. Right here on YouTube, basically, I'm giving you the watered down. I'm giving you the watered down version of things, y'all. I'm giving you the watered down version. I'm giving you the, we talking things on a basic level. On Patreon, you get details. And it's for those who are abstract learners, those who are visual learners. Yeah, I'll leave a link in the description box. I'm telling y'all missing a lot of good content. Whole lot of good content that takes a long time to make too. Absolutely. But man, this live stream was booming, man. Y'all showing hella love in here, man. No pun intended, because hey, we heavenly beings, but y'all showing the most love, man. It's always pleasant building with people who are like-minded. The T says, appreciate you, King. Thank you so much for the labor and love. All praises to the Most High. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, Spliff says black dollars matter. Absolutely. Black dollars do matter. And once I go visit Black Wall Street, you're going to see how much black dollars matter. Once I go to Black Wall Street and we explain the history behind it, you're going to get it, ladies and gentlemen, especially you brothers and sisters of the Hebraic faith who understand our powers of keeping the blessings. Because look, if we keep in the laws, we are blessed as people. If we keep in God's laws, he blesses us beyond belief. And when I go make this trip, we're going to see that we should not put any limitations on how far we can ascend as people. Let's stop putting limitations on God's people. We can do a lot. And I'm not talking about being earthly rich. I'm talking about having abundance beyond measure. Mental clarity, spiritual clarity, and having the finances to do the work and do it in abundance. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Allowing this work to spread. So thank everybody who've been sending donations. I see people been hitting that super chat. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Everybody who sent cash apps and help. This helps me with the work. Helps me to put together videos, everything. Go travel, to go different places to show y'all a visual. Man, it's a blessing. Thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for watching another stream. If this helped you out, I want y'all to share this stream every way you can. I hope y'all have a beautiful, blessed weekend. With that being said, shalom and Peace.